Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Lars and today we are gonna discuss building the business mindset. The first thing I wanted to cover is to stop thinking like an employee. Most employees, they just want to have their paycheck for the hours that they did their work, and in business this is usually not a good thing. Freelancers work this way very often, but you'll get stuck doing the same and even more time because you also need to do your tax registration and the whole mess of a responsibility that comes with a business, and then you will still be doing the same thing you were doing and most likely were trying to escape, which is not the best idea to do. So yeah, think like results based. So whenever you have a client in front of you who has a problem, you are being paid to solve the problem. As an entrepreneur, as a business owner, this is what you do. And this doesn't mean that you will do the 8 hours. There will be times that you do something that is less than 8 hours. You will sometimes be doing something that takes you from very early in the morning up until very late at night. Part of the deal, you signed for it, you wanted to start your business, so yeah, enjoy it. The other thing is you need to, in order to fix the problem where you were an employee, it really worked well to be very good at what you do. Don't get me wrong, you still need to be good at what you do and you still need to have a decent understanding to fix a client's problems. But the very big difference is very often in the employees world where people are being employed, the idea is you need to be good at a many great deal of things, and you need to do a lot of hassle that you can actually have specialists do for you. And specialists, very good people, but very often not the greatest business owners because they're also proud. So whenever you have a business, this is something you need to be able to let go. It's not always you who fixes the problem, it's your team that fixes the problem. You need to think in a team mindset, and you need to be able to really dig deep and know what you are good at and exploit that. Just that. You put the people together who actually solve the problem, and that's what you do. Whether it be someone who is working for you, or you hire a contractor to do the job, or you have some other businesses that you work with together on a regular basis just to provide the outcome that you need. So yeah, outsourcing is a very good thing to do. Hiring, pretty dangerous in some countries depending on the social regulation. So this is also where it comes in, and I'm gonna go a little bit narrower on this one. So understanding the skills is more important than being able to impeccably perform the skill, because understanding the skill will allow you to make sure that people are not scamming you out of your cash, and you can also understand how an employee should work, so you should be able to put systems together, and that's what it's basically about when you understand the skill that is required. Again, you don't need to be a specialist, but you do need to know where incorporating the skill in your business, how this is gonna bring you to your goal. And this only to be able to know, okay, I need the skill in my business and I don't need to be outsourcing it all the time. So knowing who you will hire down the line, if you will be hiring, or who you will be working with, to dial down on the skill. Another thing that a lot of employees have is they keep things to themselves in order to not have anyone steal their job. It's a very wrong mindset to have as an entrepreneur. You need to share because you need to be able to prove your value. This is why things like a brand exist, because a brand proves its value over and over and over. This is very important. Employees, they try to keep things to themselves because they think people might steal their ideas and so they can steal their job, and you really need to let go of the mindset. Don't get me wrong, there's a lot of businesses that still have this, and there is such a thing as intellectual property, but there are ways to protect yourself, and that's not my expertise, so let's not go there. But it's just very important that you are open enough that you can show your credibility and not try to keep it all to yourself, because you'll have a hard time attracting people that actually trust you, unless it's like word of mouth, which can still go a long way and it's still useful. But like word of mouth in this time and age, especially if you want to work worldwide, it's gonna be way harder unless it goes through your network. But yeah, that's basically it. Share what you do, be open about it. Do be mindful that you don't share things that you cannot disclose because of your client relationship. This speaks for itself. You are not owned, you are the owner. What do I mean by this? It's something that's in the speech to start with. There's multiple things to cover, but it's in the speech. So whatever you say, it's also something that you will act according to. So for instance, whenever you are an employee, you very often tend to say like, hi, I am, in my case, I'm Lars, and I am from company X. It's very bad to say this because you will make yourself believe that you are subordinate to the company that you work for. Instead, what it should be is like, hey, I'm Lars, I work with company X. This is a habit that you should get used to, because if you portray yourself in a business framework and you keep on doing this, the psychological part of it is that you will put yourself below the person that you are talking to, and you really ideally want to be at the same level as them, because in a way it's a mutual exchange. They give you money for the problem that they need solved, and they see value in you, so that problem is solved in that value. But if you already compromise the value by saying it this way, it's not working. You really need to work on your mindset here, and you really need to be your own owner. You need to stand up for yourself in acceptable ways, and you need to present yourself like that, like a responsible person, and it's also in your wording. So if you say like, I am from, doesn't work. You work with, or you are with, or your team is with you. Even if you say it's your team should still be respected and not be the thing that you call upon on a flick. And if you work with people that are aligned with this, it'll work way smoother, because they will not hold back, they will be open to speak to you, because they know you align with that, and then you can have a back and forth on words. People say business comes with freedom. That's very true, but it's mainly responsibility. So you create responsibility. That responsibility is yours, and that is your freedom. So the responsibility you take and how well you take it is gonna equate to the amount of freedom that you have. Because if you do not deliver what you've promised, so be very careful with promises. Make sure that you know what you can promise and what you can't. Don't let people talk you into promising something that you cannot deliver on. So be honest and say like, okay, I'm sorry, but the thing that you want, here is my expertise, but you are asking all of these things around my expertise, and the best thing I can do for you is to refer you to the next person that can help you, and we can still get to a collaboration, maybe at some point or in some way that we can do it as two external parties and work with you. Or you just take responsibility and you say like, I'm sorry, these are the services that I cannot deliver on. This is a type of responsibility. You have your taxes and all of the responsibilities that everybody knows about, but like the thing that is the biggest responsibility is the one to yourself and your client, and you need to stay true to who you are and what you can do. And don't get me wrong, there are things that you are going to have to figure out, and you will have to learn new things because you have to be open to things. This again is also a responsibility. You choose to say like, okay, this is something that we cannot do, this is something that I'm not good at, and I will educate myself. Or you can just say to the client, I'm sure I can do it, so let's do this. um, but if you are not sure about something and you don't have the connections, and you also don't know where to figure out where to do it or where to get someone to do it, and you are new to business, try to stay away from those things, because these are going to be the clients that you will have the most work outside of your promised solution with, because these people are not going to be happy with your solution. um, it could work out, but just know that those are the risks, and it's your responsibility, because you told these people that for X amount of money you could solve this thing for them. Or the same thing, responsibility with referrals. If you refer someone, make sure that they're good. Do not lower your standards just because it's a good person. In general, you need to know that they can deliver and that they are a good person. That's a plus, because a good person doesn't always equate to getting it done and getting it fixed or being honest about certain things. Sometimes good people just don't want trouble, and it's just a very good thing to know that you are the one that gave your word, so that the person that you recommend actually does their thing and does it well. So with this, I'm gonna close. I hope this has provided you some value and some insights on what to build on the business mindset. I thank you for watching, and you are gonna find my previous video here, which is how to find back your time. Then you're gonna find my next video here, and that's whatever YouTube suggests. So yeah, thank you for watching, and see you next time. Bye bye.